Hello, welcome to video 3 in the Quick Start for Bounce Factory video series. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can edit a mix pass that you have already put into the list instead of having to go and do it again. If either you set something up wrong, or you just want to double check how it's set up, or if you actually want to change a parameter about just one of the mix passes or several of the mix passes within a snapshot. So here are all the mix passes we made in video 1. These are all contained in the same snapshot, so we can edit them together or we can edit them individually. So if you remember, these are all being bounced at 48K 24-bit, and they're all being bounced into the same folder. So I'm going to do two things. The first thing is I'm going to go to my main mix, and let's say I wanted to print that 32-bit because that's what the mastering engineer wanted. I can select this mix pass and then click on edit or double click. I'll go ahead and click on edit, and this will bring up the exact same dialog we had before. But you'll see that you don't see mix passes at the bottom, and you get a nice little explanation of what's going on. We're only editing one mix pass, so a lot of this is irrelevant. So this shows exactly what we had before, and all I want to do is I want to change this to 32-bit float, and then I'm going to say save edit. So now if I double click instrumental mix, it's still 24-bit. I'll cancel that. But if I double click the main mix, now it is 32-bit float. Great. So now, without having to take a second snapshot because I wanted a different bit depth, I've managed to go back, edit one mix pass. Now that's going to print using all the same data that the rest of the mix passes will use from the snapshot, but it will have a different bit depth when it bounces. The other thing is, let's say that I don't want my stems to go into my printed mixes folder. If you remember, we made a folder in the session folder called printed mixes, and I want to change these to be bounced to a stems folder. So again, I can click edit, and this will bring up a slightly different looking dialog in that the dialog is the same, but because I'm editing multiple mix passes, if there were some parameters that had different values for different mix passes, you see the word multiple where they are. I'm not going to talk about how to deal with file names at this point. Just know I've selected 6 mix passes, and what I want to do is I want to change those to be printed in a stems folder. I will say save edit, and that's it. If I go in and look at any one of these individually, they're being saved to stems, and that slash at the end is optional. Pro Tools will put it in for you when you bounce. So that's it. I've got my list of stuff ready to bounce. I've got one at 32-bit float, the rest are at 24-bit, and these are all going to a different folder.